Hey YouTube, we are back again this week for another video portion of the Daly Dose podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed the last one. We are going to do a little bit of news this week, so here we go. Let's go ahead and jump in right now. Of course, Major League Baseball missed opening day last week, but Commissioner Rob Manfred said last week that nothing is off the table as they plan their return. Here is a quote from Manfred. "The one thing I know for sure is baseball will be back. Whenever it's safe to play, we'll be back. We will be part of the recovery, the healing in this country." Manfred says that Major League Baseball is hoping optimistically to get the process of the season started as soon as May, and that they will discuss all options to get in as many games as possible in a shortened season. Now, Major League Baseball is discussing maybe even doing things like playing 7-inning doubleheaders, like they use in the minors and even collegiately, or playing games in like warm weather neutral sites so they could avoid the weather. Manfred basically said that they will look at every single option available for speeding up games, short of actually making pitchers and batters adhere to the pitch clock rule that is already on the books. That, he said, will never be followed. If a batter wants to step out of the box and take off his entire uniform before putting it back on between pitches, hey, that's his prerogative. Who is baseball to tell any player that they can't do that? Moving over to MMA, UFC fighter Jon Jones was arrested last week on 4 different charges, including aggravated DWI and negligent use of a firearm. Jones was booked and released by the Albuquerque Police Department when asked what he was doing out during a time when New Mexico is also under a stay-at-home order due to, the whole pandemic thing. Jones said he was going stir-crazy at home and he wanted to go for a drive. He added that he was talking to homeless people who were just on the side of the road. He said, "I got stir-crazy. I got pulled over just for being nice to the homeless people. I literally just got stir-crazy. I just wanted to have a drive. This is my first drive in 2 weeks, and I saw these homeless guys. I was being nice to them, having conversation with them, treating them like humans." Now, here's the problem. One, they found Jones across the street from a strip club. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Also, Jones tested at or above twice the legal limit when he was administered a breathalyzer after he was arrested. That's what the criminal complaint said. Upon search of his vehicle, a handgun was found under his driver's seat along with a spent round outside the driver's side door. Wait, so Jon Jones was just driving around shooting? The complaint stated that the round matched the caliber of the gun that he had. Why do bad things keep happening to good people? This would be Jones' second DWI. Remember that. He was charged with crime back in 2012 in his home state of New York. In 2015, Jones was convicted on a felony hit and run charge. He was on probation until 2018. He also pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct last October after initially being charged with battery last July for slapping a strip club cocktail waitress in the genital region and pulling her down into his lap and kissing her neck. When asked if this latest arrest could affect Jones' ability to continue to fight on a UFC card, UFC President Dana White could not be reached for comment. His office actually told us here at the Daly Dose that Dana White was literally busy burying his head in the sand at the time of our call. So it's going to be tough to get Dana White to commit to too much. Moving over to the NBA, New York Knicks owner James Dolan reportedly has tested positive for that COVID-19 virus. Yeah, it's not good news. Kind of scary. Now, they say he has no symptoms whatsoever. They say he's doing just fine. He didn't even know he had it. But upon hearing the news, Knicks fans actually responded really, really well organized and completely in unison. Now, that's not nice at all. That's mean. Knicks fans, a lot of times, you kind of deserve what you get because you guys aren't very nice all the time. Now, because I'm a glass full kind of guy, I'm always going to look at the glass as being half full. I just kind of dwell on the positive. I should note that this is the first time the Knicks have been in the news for anything positive in decades. I don't know if that helps Knicks fans, but it is actually true. The SEC is going to allow virtual instruction for their college football programs. That actually began this week. The SEC presidents and chancellors had initially voted to suspend all athletic activities, including practices, meetings, any other activities, at least through April 15th. But since then, they have reconsidered. These updated guidelines will now allow 2 hours of virtual instruction or meetings per week, including some kind of film review. The idea is that they would allow coaches to continue to engage with players who are not currently on campus for spring practices. So you can at least kind of get these guys up to speed, at least kind of get your kids learning your system and kind of learning what your program is about, even though they're not there. It's probably a good idea. Now, upon hearing this, the Pac-12 announced that they would also be doing some things to change the way their players are training. They say they're going to allow their teams to start playing some Atari 2600 football to get them up to speed as well. Hey, you know, what can I say? Moving over to the NFL, it seems that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers used a slogan when they announced the signing of Tom Brady as their new quarterback back on March 20th. They used the slogan TBXTB. I don't know. That doesn't seem like that great of a slogan, but apparently Brady liked it so much that he had his agents file a trademark application with the United States Patent and Trademark Office the very same day. The application stated that the intended trademark's use would be for like clothing, t-shirts, pants, shorts, sweatshirts, sweaters, jerseys, sleepwear, athletic tops, whatever. Now, Lord knows Tom Brady really needs to find a way to make a buck. Like, I think he's doing, just fine. You might also remember that Touchdown Tommy had previously filed a trademark request for the phrase Tom Terrific last June, but he was actually denied because the USPTO stated Tom Terrific is already attributed to longtime Mets pitcher Tom Seaver. Now, we'll see if Tom finally gets a break in life and actually gets this patent approved. I don't know why he is so set on getting some weird trademark, but apparently he really liked TBXTB. I don't even know exactly what that even means, but I mean, whatever. Now, here's the interesting thing. Not to be outdone, upon hearing the news that Brady had filed for another patent, Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James also filed again with the patent office too. You might remember LeBron's attempt to trademark the phrase Taco Tuesday last year was denied because it's such a common term. But LeBron says he has a couple of new ideas this time. What's he got this time? He says he is filing for Throwback Thursday and Fajita Friday. Yeah, good luck to both Tom Brady and LeBron in their latest endeavors. Finally, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell says the 2020 NFL Draft will continue as scheduled from April 23rd to April 25th. Hey, yeah, I like it. I'm happy about that. Despite the current environment in our country, he says they're going forward. In his memo, Goodell served warning to those around the league who might criticize the league's stance. Here is what Goodell had to say. Public discussion of issues relating to the draft serves no useful purpose. It is grounds for disciplinary action. Sounds like he's not messing around. Goodell said the NFL Management Council Executive Committee met last week and was unanimous and unequivocal that the draft should go forward as scheduled. Goodell acknowledged there would have to be significant changes, and he told teams to prepare to conduct the draft from outside team facilities and with a limited number of people. They say prospects and their families will not be present on site at the draft. But I mean, people, this is just where we're at right now in this country and in the world, I guess. The NFL draft can go on virtually without anyone having any unnecessary contact with anyone else. And I mean, wouldn't it kind of be nice just to give us all a feeling of like some normalcy? And I know that there are people out there that are whining about it. And they're saying, well, this is going to look bad. When we're trying to get back to our normal lives, how dare you do something safely in these uncertain times? I mean, hey, I'm all for the NFL draft taking place. I can't wait for it. I was thrilled when I heard this news, and I'll tell you why. I told you, I'm like almost done with Netflix. I'm on like the 7th season of Barney the Dinosaur. And I'm on like the final season of Here Comes Honey Boo Boo on Netflix. People, we are officially like out of things to watch. Can we please have something new? And by the way, I've got to throw this out there. How pathetic are we in this country? Like, Our grandparents or whatever, they like had to storm the beaches at Normandy. Here we are struggling because we have to stay indoors and watch TV all day. Yeah, those are almost the same thing, huh? Yeah, I'm okay with the draft going on. I understand the NFL will get some criticism. Goodell is going to get some criticism because he always does. I'm okay with the draft going forward, though. I think it actually might be a good thing for all of us. Okay, YouTube, this week on the show, remember, this was supposed to be the weekend of the Final Four of the NCAA tournament, with next Monday actually being Championship Monday. Obviously, we don't have those things happening, but we do have March Madness brackets this week for you to fill out. So you might want to check those out. I know a lot of places are doing brackets like best college basketball player, whatever. Some of them are really, really dumb. But we're kind of sad this year. It's kind of depressing this year. We lost March Madness, so we're actually doing things in sports that make us sad for our brackets because they're just so stupid. It's not really that they're that sad. It's more that they're stupid. We will get to those in just a few minutes. We will also have a March Madness flavored Daly Dose top 5 for you today. So make sure that you go to wherever it is that you download podcasts and you check out the Daly Dose Sports Podcast. We would love to have you just listen to the entire podcast. But thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. We will see you all next week.